on defense, got Giants on attack. We got a 1-1 for pistols.
On the other side,
Not the Sheriff Mania that we saw earlier.
This is their 100th map coming into. That's not bad going.
No,
We're kind of theorying who else would have been up there.
Yeah, I think you said Nats. Yeah.
Kind of hard to tell, but Giant X will be on the attack here. Of course, that then meaning
Fade Eye instantly reveals info. Dude, this is like the most common pistol these days.
Kind of learning as we go.
The push all the way through A.
But Fnatic immediately pushing out of A. So they're going to have a surround on this B retake.
Cloud's watching.
Yeah, and they kind of could combo this. I'm looking at... Dude, they might be able to stun Salvo this. If he can get in a good position.
Over towards that connection side.
Guys, you got to make a call. You got to make a call on sight. Do something.
Now the pressure comes
Nice shot.
in. Nice from West Side.
Nice shot.
It's clean from West
Double.
Side. Crashies does trade it back through, but now they're dwindling in numbers.
Oh, you don't need to do that. But here we are.
Where's this Boaster been? Gets one ace and he's big man. Purpo and Flickless have the time on their side. Fnatic gonna have to get back to business here. They've got to be done with.
Ooh, this is nice from these two though.
Get the first.
Yeah, beautiful.
Dude, we got upset potential right here.
The kind of push and pull,
Do one on the
reactions.
pistols.
Fnatic had a nice plan to begin with, but Giant X spotted it out, reacts on top of that. Bose is able to contain nicely, but ultimately it just came down to Giant X winning out on those duels.
Yeah, I mean, Westside getting twos, everything.
Credit there to Westside, really nice from him. Good composure as well, and
yeah.
You said though, keeping it simple. For Giant X, I don't think we're going to be seeing too many complicated looks. I think it is going to be...
Yep.
It is going to be quite straightforward in that regard. But that can work with a Neon. You've got something you can go all
Yeah, they're allowed 2 deaths to go full eco. And Fnatic with the insta, what do we call this, like a Astralis hold, kind of?
Push through, get that pinch going.
I think the Lotus defense pistol, what I remember, is the hardest in the game to win. So, not surprising to lose pistol.
Stats, man.
These are old stats, though. Maybe it's been, you know, not been checking up on those.
Have you not? You've not been doing your homework. Oh, can't believe it.
Not to that level. Give me a break.
Okay, free sight. Who gets the farm?
Is there a name for that? The stack?
Not in
I know
Valorant.
in other games there are.
What other games?
I mean, he doesn't want to get fired.
That's a bold assessment.
I didn't. You can tell I didn't.
Yeah, you didn't send it with confidence, did you? What would you have called it back in the day? Was it Lotus Pro maybe back in the day? Because they used to do it a lot.
Ironically, Fnatic did it.
Yeah, they did actually, like the Swedish Fnatic back in the day were fond of it. But our old age aside, Flickless, showing what the youth can do these days. Looking solid in this Aura as well. Farming it up.
Very, very
They'll
clean.
be happy.
Westside 2 away from his ult as well.
Flawless, round 2, tick in the box. Giant X off to a flying start.
Here, though, is where we see all the game plan come into action. Something that we didn't really talk about is that Fnatic have played this map quite a lot.
Yep.
They played it twice already in this split already. They didn't get pressured that much, but I think they did expose a lot of the ideas they want to do. So I want to see what Giant X do now on a map where they do have preparation.
Insta Odin.
But again, we don't expect
See what's a bonus strat? EC default?
You can hear it.
That's one of the things that they should know in their game plan, is Bose is going to be sitting in that tree with the Odin.
I do wonder if there's a plan for that in mind, or maybe just avoid, but obviously it allows you to stack out so much of the map and Kayak's position. Going to be negated for now by the wall coming up, but Ara is going to be spotted.
Oh my god, how? How?
Ara! That is so sick! Kron just gets backhanded. Kayak then tries to make a play.
Oh,
get
nice
involved,
shots from
does
Kayak
well.
though.
Bails him out a little, if anything. If that got punished though, that would have been almost an overreaction from Fnatic. And that could have fallen apart, but not to be. Cloud and Purpo now left in a 2v4. It feels like Fnatic have really got the read there, or at least got control of what was a dangerous situation.
Yeah, I love the idea from Giant X, but individual brilliance there from Fnatic. Looks like Giant X going to explore towards the A side of the map.
This is a Heretic strat, right? Used to do this.
Fnatic might catch this.
Yeah, they've still got Hobbit to pass, Blue Room. I feel like we have to really commit to one of these names.
Sorry.
It's not you, it's me. But the cross is being watched, be it on a more
I thought Heretic
angle.
used this last year.
Actually,
And then they had the reverse as well.
He just started to walk up, but
They had this one also.
Spike not crossing yet. Does give Crushies another opportunity. Oh, he's being sneaky. He's being very sneaky. Plants in, gun barely out. No comms apparently.
Yeah, apparently we got a no comma.
Lost in my mind by Kayak there. That push back through on B, kind of backfilling that space and catching them on that push up from Mound. Perfect.
Yeah, but again, for Giant X,
special.
I like the approach.
Yes.
I kind of, you know, you rarely see that part of the map being used, that kind of monk area. The Neon being able to go deep. Like the Neon pick makes that.
Let's go, let's go.
What
I'm
area?
back, boys, I'm back.
Monk?
Monk.
I think that's the proper call out, I want to say.
Poor old observers sat there.
They're giggling.
Yeah, I did make the observers during the tech pause find every monkey on the map.
Yeah, you did, yeah.
It's my only joy in life. But you're right, it was nice seeing the fight over.
Yeah, Giant X not looking for this rebel fight at all, it seems like. Happy to
Weird.
let Boaster take it.
See,
Despite Fnatic's
really,
competition
really
not
important
having the best
rounds.
rebel fight,
They take
maybe they're
C
afraid to
control, and they do get a free orb, and they decide not
Boaster's jumping
to
at that Aussie spray, and
not to
I
get it
would
on
be
West
as-
Side, who's one away. They honestly could have had an ult into this round, and they kind of chose to not get it.
Getting a really good read on this. Oh!
Okay.
Aura is impressive.
Oh, it's a great jump spot as well. They get more info.
Until then. Look, who needs util? Just use the gun. All good. But look at the amount of bodies from Fnatic on this B site too. Like,
Dude, they'll take this.
I don't say over-rotating,
'Cause now they
but
can get this
they've
ult.
left a bit of space towards A that could be explored.
The stun wasn't too bad because he got info.
Fnatic split 2 and 2.
Like, at least he got the info
This
to do
angle,
it.
I feel like is
like
never
early.
getting checked right now.
It seems to be getting away with it, right? Like
It was like
went
it was
through
more
that
of a
timing
reaction from
like,
the info
okay,
they
it's being
got.
checked a lot. They're all focused towards Boaster, but Crashies.
No way he
he's
gets a
gonna get
double
two.
there behind the spam
Exceeding
box.
expectations, and they look to pivot back towards B. Still had that presence towards main. They had Cloud over here. Alpha's gonna have to respect this a little. Yeah, has to fall away from it. He's got Chronicle now in support, but Ara on the case, and he's been clean. Doesn't fancy a re.
Big slides, big
Careful
jaw.
now, Cloud. They're getting closer.
Ooh, nicely
Flicker's
done. How
keeping
did they
them
do it?
secure,
High,
but
low?
Boaster left in a 1v2. That Odin, slow and steady.
Oh, they didn't use the box for the higher lower, so it's like the pen from it, and it was a slow one.
I don't think I've ever seen an Odin clutch like that.
Not like that.
No. I've seen Enzo do a few in this time, but...
Well, nicely done from Boaster.
I mean,
Dude,
not like
weird
that.
run from
yeah,
Giants.
I
Bench
had
for
to. I had to.
Yeah.
So
But that is
somehow,
actually wild, he's
I don't
got
know.
that.
I feel like they could have made
I
it
mean, it also
easy.
came down to Crashies getting those 2 kills earlier. 2 big individual moments there. But it's been individual moments for both of them.
Petra Peak.
The Petra Peak, was it?
The Petra Peak.
That's a vintage.
I think of the Petra Peak to me is the double recon ban.
Yeah, that's what I. You know what?
Or the box on Sunset.
Yeah, the box on Sunset was crazy.
You know what? It worked.
Yeah, we're...
Odin abusers around the world rejoice.
And that is something I was going to say, like the Odin
Ooh, actually-
back on attack could be something, but Guardians here from Giant X can spam back that Odin, so Boaster shouldn't be as comfortable.
Okay, now they go for a double.
Might be in trouble.
Oh boy, we got no
Okay,
help on
oh,
this one.
stop it.
Turrets here.
Stop
Ah, the
it.
Giants have
Crowd,
messed
what
this
the
up.
hell is
They had a
that?
good lead and they
Boaster
really
in the
messed it
meantime
up.
Just got one with the Odin. Looking like a bit of a difference from map 1 to map 2 here already. Fnatic looking far more comfortable, but it is early days. And Cloud, still clean enough to take down Alpha. Give them a pocket to play from on this B site.
2v4, Giant X needs to do something.
Oh,
Shot.
that'll start it. Can they find somewhere anywhere decent for the post-bomb though? They've still got the paranoia. Jesus. Cloud now, yeah, paranoia's in, he's
Shot
dead.
as
It's
well.
all on Purpo. Paranoia
Yeah,
catch
it's not a
both
good
of them
plant
in
for
the
him as
end.
well, right?
Yeah, Purpo's in a world of trouble. God, again, that Odin.
Dude, really rough
Boaster.
rounds for Giants,
He's
like
gone
the
for
back-to-back
ace
last 2
four.
rounds.
He's now had the
Yeah, if you're just
Odin in
thinking
the
of just
clutch
pure
and closing out
plans,
this one too.
like pure barrier down
Yeah, the strategy for Giant
plans,
X was to go
pretty
for the
rough.
V-split with the big Visol and Tail.
Right,
But when
that's
Boaster's
kind of
got the
nice.
Odin
Fatal
in the
into them
tree,
splitting as well. It's
very
also
hard to go
insanely...
through that blue room.
Yeah, it's exactly what he's saying. It's very hard to call a split when you know there's an Odin over towards tree. You pretty much don't want to do it unless you're opening door clearing it.
Tough bragging.
Maybe they're having a little bet. Yeah, Crashes and Boaster both at the top. A little bit of a battle.
Yeah, just from what we've seen here, I think Giants just have a really rough time. Like, the ideas, the calling was awful, really, in my opinion.
Ratty little Alpha.
They should know that Alpha loves playing.
I'm not sure Alpha should be playing here against Nico. God, what's going on today, man?
Kayak, oh dear, look at the util. He's still alive, he's still alive, he's still alive. Oh my god, he's very much alive. Pops the ult as well, feeling the pressure.
Slav Valo, thank you so much for the 15 months. I appreciate that.
Top spot thank you. West side left in a 1v3. They're hungry for these kills. Crashy's closing in as well. Who gets it? Poster or Crashies? Maybe Kayak, who knows? Waiting the door.
Please get the orb.
Backseat gamer.
Please.
Are you a backseat gamer?
This is what I'll be saying in the coach booth right now. I'll be molding.
Problem is that with Crashies in his current position, they don't ever have to fall off this. Now the flash might do nothing, actually. Boaster there to claim that one. And how's the scoreboard looking? Because Kayak did just go farming there.
Yeah, I think Fnatic 4 in a row now, especially the defense of Lotus, is looking good for them. But the rounds have been generally close. That one obviously...
Clutches, you know, a couple individual saving.
Yeah. Economic round there, and it was looking good for Giant X for a moment, and we saw that all that tension put on Kayak. If things were just
another big buy round. They
there
get their
for
own
Giant X, I feel like that
Odin
would have
back to spam back.
round on the board.
Okay, have they got a plan to deal with this blooming Odin?
Yeah.
Spam it back. It seems like is the plan. Cloud's going, well, if you could do it, I could do it as well. He's chipped away Boaster enough that he's had to fall a bit deeper. He's not going to be as carte blanche with the spam this time. God, such an unpleasant sight.
This is so stupid.
It used to be Ascent, but no longer so more with the new changes.
Thankfully.
Maybe we'll put some scaffolding up on this map.
Pretty please. Crashies knows they're getting close now. We're spamming out by that ult orb. Oh. I hate this.
It's a little bit silly.
Riot.
A little bit silly.
Riot, I beg you, just get
That was we just had 1 minute of an Odin off. No one can see each other. Just spam.
Dare they?
Get ready the abilities, agents.
True. Just M4s, AKs.
Locating targets.
Oh, tough spot here.
Oh, does he get to live? Kayak. He was on a heater before. That's really hard, though. Checked on by the util. There was no really way out for him in that, as Crashy's now in his little individual battle on the other side.
Dude, look at this 1v1 over towards A. It's mayhem.
West side sharp enough to take him down, giving them that 5v2. The Boaster's still alive and the Odin's still there. Look, seen stranger things. But it seems like the counter is just get your own Odin, apparently. As Alpha gets closer. Nice for one. Just couldn't quite adjust towards Purpo.
Well,
looks like he
one
wants
of the
to
weirder
keep his
rounds,
prized possession.
for sure. Drone over towards B is in the Teo drone is really causing Fnatic a bit of issues
It's a
though.
mistake, I think, from Kayak playing that aggressive with the op and then not respecting the Teo drone to silence him and got caught in a corner. Which was the big opening there for Giant X.
Okay.
They're liking these B approaches.
Yeah, I feel like they don't really have an answer for that A side with the Odin being there, so I guess focusing towards that BC side of the map, and it's looked okay. I mean, West side's hitting shots as well. Like, gotta say that as much as, yeah, we are kind of like hyping up Aura and Flickless, because they are the new nuance to the roster.
Yep.
West side's been really present.
Just rebuys it.
Firing off here, but does it continue? I don't know if Giant X are really equipped to be able to completely anti what Fnatic are doing, but for now, it's a competitive series. It's 4-3. Obviously, the first two did go Giant X's way, so it's not quite as clear-cut as that, but still, once again...
Okay, from Fnatic, aggro over towards A.
Rotations are
They've had enough of the Odin spam. They go aggro, they set the Odin up.
That paranoid towards A, I imagine
Dude,
that's
straight up, send it over towards C.
Giant
They
X.
get the free sight. Did they save any util? No, not really.
In from Alpha.
They have got freedom backside.
They've no real opportunity to break. Cloud Util already down.
It gives Fnatic a look back into the C site, but not the most impactful ult.
No, it's kind of stalled them.
I mean, it got them full map control back.
Or do they just pause and then go back in? Horn now going to be back up as well if they do want to re-clear some of this space.
I'm out of here.
Prowler's there still in hand, but show of force over towards Rubble.
This is interesting. Fade, I went out towards C, and instead
instead
of deciding to dodge it, Purpo shot it.
Keep him further back.
They're wanting to create pressure, which normally means that they're going to be ending up towards A.
See it getting closer here for Boaster. Spams in. This is going to get tough now. Does he get out in time? He does.
30 seconds
No
left.
Yeah, but
chance
is
taken down.
Kayak
Giants
just
do
not in the
have the
best?
side, but close
Oh
ball.
my god, what was
Okay, no,
that?
that was
It wasn't him?
Crashies.
Okay.
Okay, I
Holy.
genuinely was Kayak in that. That could have
Dude,
been
I thought
one
it
of
was
the
him
best
as well.
shots
I
I've
was like,
seen in a
what the
minute,
hell was
but
that?
Still, Spam is there, chipping away. Look who's creeping.
Dude, the distraction
Oh,
of
this
the
time to get
rope,
Boaster
that's
down.
sick.
It's all getting a bit chaotic here. It feels like they've started to find a bit of an answer to how they want to approach at least towards 8. Whether or not they can hold it here now is the next question. Chronicle, Alpha, Crashies, trying to find it.
To save.
Yeah, I mean, they gotta
Yeah,
save.
this time you've got to. They don't have so much time to get past all of this. Could try and lock them in on the site, perhaps. They're still trying to fight
Damn, they're
this
going
one.
real late.
And yeah, just trading in on this. They're doing really well, but time.
Damn,
oh
we
my
got
God,
this?
Alpha. They've got
Damn,
time
they
on
got
this
this.
too. Leaving it late, but plenty
Okay,
of
very,
seconds
very
to
nice.
spare. Fnatic not down and not out. I thought that was going to be a safe call.
I thought they were done.
Yeah, I mean, I've cursed it completely.
Open
I
up
thought
the
with
door, create a little bit of pressure.
On Fnatic's side, they had nothing. Giant X could have played wherever they wanted behind these smokes.
Oh, Papa's gonna win that.
Let's go,
I didn't
Alpha.
I didn't get to see the full perspective from Giant X, but a big round to lose.
It felt like Giant X almost thought it was a save as well at one point, potentially maybe letting their foot off the gas a little bit, but yeah, wow, I quite impressed by that. Fnatic timeout. Why do you think?
Because they should have lost that round.
Yeah, probably that.
Do you see a solution to what the adjustments have been for Giant X? Even though these rounds, they have been getting close, that is the thing. Is that enough of a red flag already?
From Fnatic's point of view,
Damn, water on the face.
potentially. I think that like that round specifically, it was about the Killjoy ult usage I didn't like the most, but that's not something that you can kind of talk about in this next round.
No.
For me, I think everything's been okay. I mean, you've got 5 rounds on Lotus. The rounds have been close, but 5 rounds they're going to be fine with. So I don't think there's anything massive here that I've noticed.
No, so have to wait, see what the adjustments look like, if there's anything visually obvious. I'm looking at Boaster already trailing away from that A side of the map. So that might be one of the switches coming in. It definitely looks like there has been a call for an adjustment now.
It looks like they're going to control this mound area with the Raze and Omen. See the one-way smoke probably.
Okay, Boaster's.
Maybe Boaster can do the spams through that door that you just
Boaster's
saw
giving
ping.
him the
minimap.
Odin.
Some more discussing angles. We can see damage done through walls.
Awesome map.
Nice little orb lineup to get onto that C site there.
I guess with Chronicle's ult as well, they can kind of, yeah, this, I'll be,
Sorry, the Odin is back on tree.
it is, just in Chronicle's hands this time.
Come on, Mini.
Now we're seeing a switch of position, but the weapon's still in the same place. But as you said, there's pressure now from that mound side. They have to clear this. Otherwise, there's just too much of a crossfire to handle. So this does buy time for Fnatic
The
to...
Giants
Yeah,
don't
the
really
problem
get
is
too
late
much.
round, if
Fnatic
Giant
have
stall this
full
round out
info
and go
really
back
apart
towards
from
A,
this.
Chronicle does have his ult. So if they leave this too late and want to go back, they'll be in trouble.
Yeah, Kayak should have seen enough here. Calling for that one way to come in,
Damn,
but
he's
they're
committing.
disrespecting it. And maybe they shouldn't have.
Yeah.
Kayak, oh, he's clean again. So
There's
sharp,
nice
at
shots
least
from
for
him.
those
Boaster
two there.
managed to
Really
get
nice
one,
impact.
get out
Boaster
as
even
well.
catching a third. So they're down to just
It was
Vickless.
good. It was good from Kai because he
West
got the
side,
early
yeah,
info and then called his
that's
teammate
still gonna be
over.
Just difficult even on the cross here. Nice from West side to bail him out towards Alpha. And a pop of the ult. This should give them at least the plant, you've got to
Well,
imagine.
Chronicle's
Maybe
on
the
this
timeout
flank.
was to actually
No,
just like
Crashes on this
fight
flank
the
already,
map
though.
control once they had it as
I
well.
don't think they've really had this come through because we saw the crashes before, was quite patient with it. Now obviously getting much closer from Mound. Gonna take away Flickless. Even just West side in a 1v3. I like the reposition, but it feels quite obvious to an extent, even Kron considering it, and the cross gets made. Things now get harder for West side. The spam enough to be a problem. 14 HP
This
and a
Odin,
prayer
man,
is
is
not
actually
enough.
causing them
Fnatic taking control
such a
now of this
nightmare.
series.
Yeah, beautiful from Kayak again. The nice back and forth of Boaster on the on man.
Yeah, definitely
But
were
to
told
me,
in
I'm a
that
bit
timeout to
surprised
like
Giant X with
fight
this
C
composition,
mounts.
They have plenty of tools to deal with a mound control. I'm surprised they didn't use any of that utility to force them out. I didn't really
They wanted
see
to actually like create a
kinda
lot of pressure
bridge
here because they've
tail
been
combo
giving
coming
up
through.
C and giving that space for free the whole time.
Kayak is not
The space
CC'd
being
there at
mound
all.
and C,
Yeah,
to be honest.
It's gone away with it. And again, I feel like I can't hold Giant X to too much of a high standard yet because this is first
Get
time
the
we're seeing
Odin
with
back
new
again.
players. This is probably not a map that they're super comfortable with in this collective.
Both
and they're
gets
playing
thrown
against one of the
Odin
better
back.
teams at this, right? You know, there's not going to be much of a harder opponent you're going to face here on this map. So again, just got to see if those fundamentals look good, the basics look good. If they can maybe pull up a couple more rounds, that'd be a nice game to see. If they can pressure Fnatic in any way. Feels like a long-term adjustment.
I think they really do need a few more rounds here. I always stress it when we're watching Lotus.
Wait, Kron's now
the
got the
attack
Odin.
side's where you're getting the
Wait,
bulk
what?
of your
I
rounds.
swear I looked at it.
6 for Fnatic.
Did they change up
already.
like right near the end?
Happy with it. This time, nice proactivity.
Dude, this
from
is
Fnatic.
nice though.
Giant X, it just
Free
feels like they're being
info.
murdered wherever they go, right? This is tricky.
No Vice Wall either, so Kayak can continue.
Dude, with this
Odin's
locked
just
down
making
until this
everything
door
tentative towards
opens.
this A.
They just have full info.
Alpha can stall out time here, keep them pinned to this pivot through.
I'm a bit worried the
towards
boss is like...
this.
Oh,
The
shot.
combination is divine. Aura is at least going to get one back and maybe forge a path in, but this is still not looking
Chronicle,
good.
man.
Fnatic really
Chronicle,
composed
for
under this
God's
pressure.
sake.
Aura's going to go nuclear. Or
Yeah, nice
not,
setup
and the
over towards
answer is
A.
not. Crash
Dude, the
is there
Odin
in
is
the end, but
actually
again,
wrecking
the
them.
Seas was
There's
great.
so many
The
Odin
scrap for the
kills.
Odin. There was no really kind of explosive moment for Giant X then.
Yeah, because
We
of
got
Fnatic's macro
two
where they
Odin
had
kills
full man
as they
control,
pivot over
it meant
towards
that
B
they're
from
so
A as well.
comfortable on the A side to play what I call like the triangle, where you have that player in blue room, player in tree,
Need to have
and
Odin,
another
yeah, that's
player
nice.
towards like stairs or site. And wherever the attack is being funneled through, there's always some kind of crossfire. And when the
Oh,
Odin's
this one's a
there,
fade eye.
the
Dude, that's
crossfire
a
is
max
literally there
util.
through the wall.
Nice.
You got Teva to give you...
Damn, the slow-mo on that.
Teva
Production.
Teva
Pacey,
to
though,
get
this
him
time
2
you can see
kills and
utility
then
being
the
invested in layers, maybe
fade eye
deal
to get
with
him another
the
one.
remembrance of what Kayak was able to do, but Aura can't disrespect that. And it looks like that ult is going to go to, I don't want to say waste, but Chronicle,
Oh, boy.
right place, right time, fully in control until then. Purple going to make it through, but it is traded in
Well,
on Kayak, closes
working
it
fast.
out. And Fnatic looking unfazed.
Yeah, Giant X switching tempo, just going direct. Probably a bit frustrated that some of these rounds haven't come through. A fine attempt on their low econ round, but a bit easy for Fnatic to clear that one up. The power of Viper on this map really shows in rounds like this.
Yeah.
People 4C, yeah, he's not wrong.
Nice. Good job, boys. Thank you, bro.
A bit of a late timeout here for Giant X. With the only one round
The
to really
Fnatic have
play
too
with,
many
it
rounds?
means that this
Yeah,
timeout
yeah.
is
For
purely
sure.
for this
I
one
think after the first 2 rounds from Giants as well, I was pretty
They've
worried
got
with them on this
something
map
to be able to
anyway.
cook something up. You're
The
kind of
calling,
clutching at
just
straws,
the
right? I
calling
think all of
wasn't
us, when
good
we
for the
saw this,
position they were in.
it was,
Like the position they were in
okay,
the
if
beginning of
Giant
this
X
map,
pick up map 1, cool, it's
at
probably
the
a 2-1
very least,
series,
it should have
because Lotus
been
was never going to be closed out easily,
5-1,
right? Even if you had a
4-1.
worldy performance from like Aura or someone
instead of
having a big game, the fundamentals
2-3
for Fnatic
down
and
they
the
ended up
depth
being on.
that Fnatic have is there. They will have answers to a lot of
Like
problems.
they're
you
in
throw
the
at them.
position to
So
snowball
getting
and they
4
didn't.
rounds would be respectable if Giant X can do
But
that.
because of the calling, like they didn't give
you know,
themselves the option of
just see if they've
having
got
the
it in them.
advantage.
That's the hardest part. Some of these games are just going to be an outmatch here, and as I said, for Giant X, this is the rebuild time. This is get that comfort in, start learning
terms of
these,
snowball potential
these
they had,
roles
yeah,
with
yeah.
each other, start getting to know each other as players, and kind of build for that later plan. I don't know what they're going to try and do.
They had two
let's find out, 'cause I'm already
two
seeing
chances at Bacon,
C's
two
being held, I
opportunities
think, and probably a
to
paint shell.
be able to either win
gonna
this
be a
or
big rebel
reset
fight
them.
here.
They
See
should have
what the micro
easily
is for
been to
Giant
like
X.
here at
We haven't
5-1.
really seen much of these. But 4 players from Fnatic ready.
Yeah, here we go. So paint shell goes in, Haunt goes up, no one beats it.
Okay. So Giant X respecting the paranoia, knowing that if the paranoia is coming in, that Fnatic are probably stacked towards that side of the map. But here, Cloud needs to turn on the IGLing brain and figure out what to do next.
A little simplistic when we can see it, obviously, but Fnatic looking to try and match them kind of step for step here, ready to rotate, but
Like the
pausing
YouTube
for now.
comments, of course.
Nice little re-clear. We see the smoke coming in on rubble from Giant X.
Jersey.
Re-clearing with the Vice Flash.
Probably
Air
the second
drone.
one there, Furby.
Okay.
I
Managed
think.
to get the Viper's Pit out. Does shut down a lot of those opportunities towards C though now.
Yeah, I like that they got it out early enough. If this was, you know, 20 seconds, 30 seconds left in the round, they'd be in a world of pain. But I imagine we're going to see probably a slow B split now with the positions Giant X have.
Still got Alpha's util over on this side too, so they can't, at least unnoted, creep through towards B, as you've just seen there. Alpha will be aware that someone is getting a bit closer, but focus towards main. That's a big reveal, big info. Cloud's going to take down Moster, but it is this... Oh, that tracking was just stunning.
Wait,
from
do
Alpha.
they...
And the lockdown to boot. He was thinking about it. And the Nightfall going to go in.
Boy,
Fnatic
dude,
once again just compounding the problems here.
how many
After a
combos
3v3
are these two
denial
going to
of
rack
space
up
comes in as
together?
well. Chronicle making this difficult.
The Crashies
Lockdown in
Chronicle
play.
duo on this
They
map
gotta
has
run
been
here.
deadly.
Well, they will be held back, and Alpha's on the hunt. They can even make it away in time. Just about getting out of the lockdown, but Alpha is on the hunt. They wanted a quick plant. They're going to get it. But they've got to get a pick back here. A 2v3 is not happy to be held from the site. Cloud trying to play ahead of this. Awareness from Crashies, but the C's not going to find its man. But Alpha does. Fleckless goes down, leaving Cloud in the 1v3. Player spotted, but Cloud knows his days are numbered. Beautiful from Crashies. And Fnatic showing diligence here and keeping to
They
their
got
own standard.
3 after winning pistol.
Yeah, back
Oh
on the
boy.
comfort map. Giant X gave it some good attempts, but to beat Fnatic, you need to be very strong on these maps, and Fnatic are going to be more than happy with 9 on the defense of Lotus.
Enemy remaining.
Crashies, you know, Crashies and Chronicle, they had a lot of nice combos here. They look good together. One Byron's on attack, yeah. The amount of ults they had as well. Great. I mean, Fnatic have always been good at this map though. Yeah, what was the third map? Haven? Ooh, okay. Fnatic's Lotus actually strong. No, it is pretty strong, but Giants aren't play. I mean, they look kind of lost on this map a little bit. But it's relatively understandable. I mean, they have 2 new players. They're going to have a pretty weak map pool.
Back on track for themselves. And you liked that little sign, didn't you?
I mean, gifted for you to wear the first EG jersey. The tech support one?
Too.
Not a chance, man.
Hate Wingman though.
I'm not having that in my house.
What I hate Wingman? I think he was overhyped. You know what I mean?
Just so miserable.
I
Cute
am
little
miserable,
creature
yeah.
gets added.
It's one of the things
Hates
me and Slicky agree on, to be honest.
Wingman?
Not many.
grumble at
Sure.
clouds.
Yep.
Literally, it's just, yeah, misery personified is what it is, but 9-3. We've got Fnatic looking pretty good here, if I'm honest. There's not too much to report, really, is there?
Ooh, they were tempted.
No, and it's one of those 3-site maps that Boast is now going to be able to unlock his IGL brain, but a quick push out from Ara, punished immediately.
Yeah, this doesn't feel like it's going to be going
Nah, it's going to be a
too
short
well
one.
for Giant X here, but
Going to be a short map.
Those are the kind of things that they're fine to do. Like, I know it looks a bit silly, but Giant X do need to take risks against a team like Fnatic, especially on, again, their home map.
yep, true. Flickless going to be forced away. Up a little bit of the util coming in from Fnatic, but again, still maintaining the vast majority that they'll need if they do want to commit towards this seaside.
3 sheriffs from Fnatic.
More Haven? Yeah. I mean,
I think it was 4
Fnatic's...
from Giant X on a set.
Fnatic will always... I mean, they always have
That's when they just like walked
a
in.
good Lotus or Haven.
Cover going out.
Right, Verbo.
So.
Woo! That's nice.
I do
That's
think
nice.
they...
Bravo.
well, at least Fnatic
Steaming.
know what to focus
Oh,
on
maybe
this
Giant
week.
X. We're just nuts on defense.
So you got to feel like
Oh,
Heretics
okay,
are going to
it-
pick
1
Ascent
HP in a dream.
if they've at least been changing their Ascent.
HP is low from
30
Fnatic
seconds
too,
left.
though.
Yeah, Westside is barely breathing, but that... Oh!
Okay.
You gotta feel that Alpha was on for that one, but not to be. And Westside, if you do anything here... Yeah, that'll be it. That'll be it. That should be the nail in the coffin as Crashies try and put in a performance... Sorry, Chronicle, but it's a 1v2. Yeah, they're just gonna swing it together. Nice try. But Giant X aren't out of it yet.
Double pistol for them.
A good pistol. Something to note from Fnatic's attack is they've switched their lurkers, so you're going to see Alpha lurking a bit more than Chronicle used to do. And I think it's moments like that where I think that Chronicle sometimes on those lurks is a bit stronger.
4-0 now, 3-1 pistol.
Alpha's not the best at killing people when he knows they're there. He kind of gets a bit under pressure, I feel like.
Got it.
Whereas when he doesn't have to think so much, he just kills.
Okay, so you just need him in that little flow state.
Just go flow state, yeah.
He's got a Sheriff.
But what it does mean is Fnatic do have that Viper Orb to work with in later rounds.
Not much there on the other side early on.
Yeah, there's immediate rubble control with the Neon, and then the fast
Okay,
rotation.
just trying to
Neon
get
provides
kayaks.
means
Oh,
that,
nice and early.
you know, if Fnatic don't accelerate quickly towards C, Neon
Oh
can
my.
already be there. Then Neon will be running back and forth on this defense, trying to figure out where the attack is coming from.
I have the spike.
Fnatic on Lotus.
I have to say Navi-esque round. We're not down to 20 seconds yet where I'm miserable, but they've chosen B, trying to feign a bit more attention towards A off the back of rubble. See that Crashies there was the one to just invest that Prowler. Cloud, little asleep at the wheel. Either mini-map or just swung on here,
Oh,
and that's
no.
lovely from Chronicle. I like the initiative, and look
3
what it's done to Aura.
HP.
3 HP. That
Oh
main shot
boy, he
would've been
committed
death
to the
of him.
nades. Oh my, 3 HP, 30 HP.
They've done enough to make this genuinely doable, and they might fancy this
Off
look
Angus.
towards A. They've just been outgunned in the end. Fnatic made
what
that look
happened there?
really quite doable. Purpo's on red alert though, feeling that maybe something's a bit weird here, and rightly so. Hasn't noted Crashies yet, but Kayak slipped the net. He's been caught. Okay, so all of those
Yeah, I feel
potential
like
threats have
Fnatic
been
had a good
nullified.
chance
yes,
here, but
the HP is low.
and
If it was
they
anything
split up
but
pretty
a
heavy.
classic, or if it was a Sentinels classic, I'd be
10
probably
seconds
paying more
left.
mind. But it's 8 seconds, and Crashies has to go for it. So, Giant X, another step here. Here we
Yep.
go. Here we go. Here we go.
Clean kill on Cloud, but
That's a mouthful.
they-
So you went for clean
kill
kill on
Cloud.
Cloud.
Say that one a few times.
Christ.
I don't think when I speak, I just speak.
That's a really dangerous thing to be a caster.
Yeah, but that clean kill meant that, you know, Giant X were put on the back foot, but dealt with the eco more than fine. A good sign. I know that sounds silly to say, but a good sign for a new team that, you know, not pressured on those kind of...
Okay, the bonus is
Plus
actually
one
really
rounds.
good.
Now, again, they did win the...
They go for that aggro C
pistol, I think,
again.
the second
Sorry,
as
aggro
well
A again,
on
but
the
this time they
first half, so
don't
kind of
set up the
following a similar
neon.
trend. We do have to see once we get into the gun rounds if they can keep up to this. It
But
is
it
more
was
of
a
a
bit of a
watch.
difference.
Obviously,
They
the known
didn't hear the
quantity is
stun,
Fnatic here.
so they might not.
Beyond that, it is much more onto
Ooh, how do we
Giant
react
X to
here?
do to dissuade that
Contact.
approach.
Yeah, Fnatic are going to be very careful
then
about this
flash.
tail
Oh,
breach
we're
combo.
going
You can
for
see
it.
Kayak
Here
already
comes the
tapping that
punish.
orb to see if he can trigger something, and there you go.
Flash, stun. I liked it.
Waiting. Looking for a...
But there's nowhere for Fnatic to go. They don't have.
Yeah, they have
control
no
of
map
anything,
control
so
right
just
now.
gotta
They
group
literally
up
know
together
they're
and
like
re-clear A.
stuck here.
Purple still goes paranoia. He's got a smoke in hand as well. Trying to run it back here. This is big info
Drone
again for Cloud.
confirms too.
Fnatic not finding this easy pathway in.
No, Giant X are doing a good job. A bit of a chess battle right now between the two teams.
As you highlighted earlier, that quick rotation
Okay,
from Aura
door creates
can be
pressure
anywhere
over
on the map.
towards
Paranoia
A.
does go in.
Omen
It's not
flash
gonna
goes
connect
out,
anyone,
and
but it
as
will
we
give them a
can
little bit
see,
of semblance of
Cloud is
safety
gonna have to
towards
do
the tree.
everything. There is Fawn's wall though.
Fnatic considering this late B crunch puts Cloud right at the forefront. He's very alone. But Cloud's
the
good for it. He's got to
hell?
be careful about main though. He's been outdone. Overwhelmed in the end, but now Crash is going to break through and take the space away. Can they keep security here? The lurk's on the way as well from Chronicle. He's going to be coming in on the flank.
Yeah, this
Beautifully
is a
done.
nice
Flickless
little lurk.
just turned around, but it's too late. And now they can run it towards C if they want to, but time is very low here.
Spike planted.
Man, Purpo.
Little
Yeah,
bait
no
as
chance.
well.
Didn't think that Alpha was still around.
That's nice.
Fnatic playing this rotation game very well. Fire and Westside do have the rifles here, though.
Yeah, they're gonna go for it. Looks like.
Kron can buy a bit of time on this post plant if he needs to with the util. Still got a little bit to work with, right? But Aura gets the right timing. Boast has been cleared. but trying to clear through.
Ooh,
That
wall to
doesn't
get
look
half.
like that was where he wanted it. And Ara doing
I
very
like the
well.
idea.
I don't know if they got half on this one, but time is going to
No,
be
they
running low.
didn't.
Ara's going to go above and beyond for his side here, but down to 7 HP, just caught by the bullet. I think he knows he's done for a valiant
it's a shame.
attempt,
I
but
wonder if,
bonus falls away as Fnatic
I wonder
get
if
on the board
Purpo
in
could
the
have
second
held
half.
A control.
Yeah, good close there from Fnatic.
I
But
felt
they
like
were tested
he
that
still
round.
had
I
his
like the
arm
back
and
forth
flash.
all the way through.
He should be able to
Every
beat the
single part
first
of that
layer.
line was, you know,
Yeah, I think
if I was a new
I think
IGL looking
Purpo
at the game, I was looking at
probably
these
gave up
three-side
A
maps.
too easy.
I think that's a round I'd watch to figure out, like, how do you deal with,
Yeah,
you
you
know,
are playing
when you get
against the best Sentinel player in the world, bro. You just be careful, mate.
Be
a
careful,
little
mate.
foot from Alpha?
Be careful, mate.
Be careful, mate.
It's like the Turkish-British combination of it all. Perfect.
Yeah, both gonna start saying boss man.
Be careful, mate. That's so good.
Okay. I want to see more of that, though. Like, I know it went Fnatic side in the end, which is fine. You kind of expect it to, but that was really well played out. I got one away from his ult, too. Oof.
Yeah, another question is how does Fnatic deal with the Vice? You know, traditionally you've seen a lot of teams use the Yoru to deal with this.
Yeah, well, they hear it.
Westside can't die here. Yeah, gotta play his life a little bit.
No easy way to get rid of this wall. Seems like Fnatic aren't going to go for it.
Did
at
they
all.
hear it?
They can't leave this late, though. They can't just be waltzing in towards C this late in the
Rowlo in
round.
theory
Still going to confirm
plays over
presence
towards
too.
here, but
Paranoia, I think, primed here.
I do think
They're
that
gonna try and
Purpo's done an
disrespect this?
incredible job
Jack still
dodging
have
this.
free-
Yeah, okay, that's how they get rid of the wall. You remove the player, apparently.
Oh, okay.
But they got to go now here. Oh my God, Kayak! Oh, it's
Damn,
just
that's how
unreal
they
from
do it. They
Fnatic.
force
They
their
have
way
no
in.
right to get in towards this site. And now Ara and Purpo are behind the curve, but it is still a 2v3. Not impossible, especially with Purpo's positioning coming in.
Yeah, all good position for Fnatic, all on this elbow side of C. Looks like they're going to fight out and find Purple.
Yeah, that's going to be a save.
And Ara's off.
The fact that they were so headstrong in that approach towards C, again, the question mark of how to deal with the wall, I guess just kill Vice also works.
Yeah.
That's fine. Kayak then pops the ult, flies in, gets it up. They had 3 players on that C site and they still win out. That was a brute force, but it was very well done by
They
Fnatic.
did
I
force
think it's one
well.
of those things where all this game,
I think teams
we've
commit
seen
Vice
Janex
too
in
much.
positions to win rounds, but if you're not perfect against
I
Fnatic,
actually played Vice
sometimes
on this
you
map.
just can't win rounds. And maybe something I want to highlight too is
Can't
the difference
really
between that
set up
Vice
here
and
in Odin
Viper.
here.
Okay.
I think
I
that
don't know.
Viper in those situations with that orb,
It's so funny this year, just watching like teams play
You know, the wall is great from Vice.
agents like different
that
agents,
orb
even though they should be
seems to
played
just fool
differently.
people for days, not allow
Like
them
people
to
play
go through that
Yoru
shot
like
at
a
all.
Jet.
Yeah.
People play
I don't
Vice like a
necessarily disagree.
Cypher.
For now, I've got almost feel for Westside in that one. I don't think there was much more to do
No one
other than just
really.
be safer about it, but it felt like they
Well,
were
not
really
not
chomping
no
at the
one,
bit.
but
But
people
11
don't
to
really
5 now.
get it straight away, I guess.
Does feel like this is tipping back firmly into Fnatic's hands. As much as I've been impressed with Giant actually on these rotation, they've been, keeping up. They've been in the right place for a lot of this. Good reads. There is depth that we were talking about with Fnatic that they have. They have a lot more capability and experience. Cloud going to try and slip away here. Feeling the intent from Fnatic.
Yeah, A side completely open. But whether Bosa can make that read. It's gonna be something. Just going through the protocols here, clearing out this blue room, the boom bot.
Oh, that's a great omen flash on this though.
power out.
And there's been so much pressure put on the players towards this side of that. But it was
mate,
Cloud
you gotta
before,
do
now you see it
something.
with, Flickless there.
Purpo, you're in
Really good at
trouble.
the crunches coming in and just layering that pressure on. Cloud this time was playing over towards the other side on A, but it's not much of an easier position. Trying to find a cheeky angle, maybe catch a cross, but he's just punished by Chronicle. They've done everything they need so far.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
really
they
heads
just
up
got
from Kayak.
outclassed a
He's
little
just
bit on this map. It's
hitting everything he needs
can't
to.
even really be mad at Giants. They just didn't have enough time with this
Very
roster.
nice. Gonna put a bit of pressure back on Fnatic here, fighting on the side. Purpo
You're gonna
controls his
somehow win a
approach.
2v5?
And bear in mind, Crashes is a mile away.
Wait, what
Purpo,
the?
no, what are we up to?
Wait, what?
I think he just got lost in the sauce there.
Might have been a teammate.
Just a missed call.
Yep. I'm gonna bail him out and say his teammates,
Fair play.
played with him there.
Yeah.
But yeah, rounds have been close, but then you get rounds like that from Fnatic where I think that they've just completely outplayed Giant X that round. You know, it got close towards the end, but it was ultimately coming down to some of these big shots coming in.
One enemy remaining.
Was a... See if there's any audio cord. No. It was just kind of a shaky buy as well for Giant X. It's not like it's much better now either. The issue is that they are going to start
12-5 with double
struggling, and at
pistols.
this
Yeah,
point,
no, it's been really one-sided.
a little late now. First time we're seeing a committed
Anything,
fight
they're lucky they
towards
got pistol
Rubble.
rounds.
Release a show of force there
Otherwise, it
early
would have been
on.
an absolute stomp.
Yeah, I wonder how Fnatic react. They don't seem to like to re-clear it back early. It doesn't seem like they have got a read on Giant X rotating away.
Oh, alright. You can see the attempt, but Chronicle was there to save the day, catching him on trying to close down towards, I think it was Alpha who just dipped out of there. Gets a little greedy on the look back, goes for the monitor adjust, because clearly that was the issue, but Purpo position.
Crazy timing.
Yeah, Kayak was there. It's a messy round, but it's still going Fnatic's way until then. Cloud, a stark reminder of his capabilities, and the spike left loose near his side. Lotus does have TP though.
Doable.
That will be a quick collection. There it is, he's got it, and that will
Gets
be
the
the plant
good
now.
plant.
The problem is that Vice was still up, and so they're going to know where he repositions here.
Nah, he's gonna trigger it and yeah, nicely done.
Boaster knows.
Shadows traveling.
How's he going to play this? So he's put a couple of question marks, right? That deep smoke towards CT, toying with the wall. He's put a couple of, you know, worries in their minds. But this would need a 1v3. Now this would be
He's not against any vision block.
He's gone for the mound position here. Plant
He
complements
smokes back slightly. He might be in the
There's a lot
smoke
of
back
bodies that they can
side to
put
buy a
through this,
little
and
bit of
Flickr still
time.
has utility.
Dodges the flash.
Needs to play this just to perfection. Lovely.
Did they get
Controlled.
off?
Beautiful. Boaster, can you do the unthinkable?
Yeah, they
Turns the
did.
flash well enough. He's got to stay
Alright.
on this one. He might have got
Oh,
the
he's
top on this.
actually done it.
Oh my
He
god.
actually
He's actually done it. It was a masterclass from him. Dude, that was nice. The smoke back of sight is really good.
To close, and that was
Knows he's up against no
genuinely
vision
beautiful.
block. That's a lovely 1v3 from him.